elevated temp, depending on the amount of elevation, with the racehorses, we were really, really attentive. That mean, most outfits I work with took temps at least twice a day, some more when they had something ongoing. Um, you know, the typical temperature in a horse is around 100. I mean, that's normal with a little variation. I mean, somewhere 99 and change, 99 4/5, 99.6, not unusual. Other horses might run a bit higher, 100 and 4/5, maybe, normal for an individual. Um, Outwardly, they show signs that they are a little bit depressed. They're not nearly as active. They're not nearly as bright or brilliant as they normally would be. And they tend to not, they vary away from their normal habits and patterns of food procurement, movement in the stall, alertness, things like this become very, very readily apparent that they're just not quite right. And then, of course, the first thing we do is put a thermometer in them. That's always been a habit I've had.
Yeah, and it's important that a person knows, how to take a horse's temp, know what a normal horse temperature is, because if you have a really high elevated temperature, it needs to be addressed right away.
Oh, most definitely.
It's not something to say, well, maybe it'll pass tomorrow. That's when you need to call your veterinarian and get right on it.
If you have an elevated or very, very significantly elevated temperature, it is somewhat of an emergency situation, because if there's something that is creating it that's extremely high, I mean, you could be in danger of suffering from secondary problems like laminitis and or a number of other, pneumonia and or things that could be, devastating to your horse, for the rest of its life. I mean, he is could be life threatening. So you got to be proactive. It's something you want to get on top of right away.